What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you guys with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons breaking news, the Atlanta Falcons have released two-time Pro Bowler and All-Star Grady Jarrett. At this point, this is shocking news to hear Grady Jarrett being released. He has been the face of that Atlanta Falcons franchise since Matt Ryan was traded to the Indianapolis Colts years ago. And personally, this is like a shot in the heart. Grady Jarrett has been the heartbeat of this Atlanta Falcons team, not only on the field, but off the field in the community. He is from the state of Georgia. So this is definitely hard to hear for Atlanta Falcons fans. Personally, for me, it's hard to hear Grady Jarrett being released. Hopefully, the Falcons are playing chess, not checkers, and hopefully they can possibly bring Grady Jarrett back. Maybe they're cutting him and try to bring him back because of the cap relief and things of that nature, with us being able to cut him. Hopefully this was just a cap type of situation, a cap casualty, where they possibly could bring him back on a cheaper deal where his cap number is not as high. But I'm not too sure, if that's what's being done, whether this is a permanent thing or whether they've already talked to Grady Jarrett on possibly trying to bring him back maybe on a lesser deal. But with that being said, Grady Jarrett has been the best defensive line player we've had, I'll say, since the Super Bowl. He's been the most consistent player for our Atlanta Falcons team, the most disruptive player on that Atlanta Falcons defense. And it hurts because Grady Jarrett is one of those guys that has stated that he still wanted to be here, even after going through the last 7 to 6 losing seasons. Even after last year, during his exit interviews, he talked about he loves Atlanta, that he wanted to stay a part of the Atlanta Falcons franchise, and he wanted to bring it back to prominence as far as back to the winning culture and things of that nature that we had under Dan Quinn. But with this being said, if he does, sign with another team, I could possibly see him signing with Washington, the Commanders, because he's played under Dan Quinn, and that's where he had his most success, playing in that Super Bowl in 2016, where he had, I believe, 3 sacks in that Super Bowl. Could have easily won the Super Bowl MVP if we won that game. So I definitely could see Grady Jarrett possibly going to Washington if he doesn't re-sign with the Atlanta Falcons. But like I said, we know that the NFL is a business, and it sucks, for the legitimate Atlanta Falcons fans. You hate to see your favorite players, released or traded. But this is a part of the business. This is probably why I'm not a GM or an owner, because I get really attached to these players and things of that nature, especially the ones that have, poured their blood, sweat, and tears. And Grady Jarrett has been a long time Atlanta Falcons, been with the team for a decade, 10 years. His father also, the Hammer, the late, great Jesse Tuggle. His father also played in Atlanta as well. So his roots are right in the Atlanta Falcons. Basically, him and his father are legends in the Atlanta Falcons history. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts. Do you believe that the Falcons possibly bring Grady Jarrett back? Do you think that he'll sign with another team? If he does eventually sign with another team, I just want to, give him his flowers. He's been, like I said, the most consistent defensive player that we've had over the last decade. He's been one of those guys that tried to, come in, set the tone, change some of the culture and things of that nature. I mean, he came right in. I believe in his second year, they made the Super Bowl. So he's been one of those guys that's definitely been a difference maker, not only, like I said, on the field, but off the field in the community and things of that nature. So with that being said, I also still believe that Grady Jarrett still has a lot left in the tank. A lot of people have said that Grady has slowed down. I do believe that the injury did affect him last season after he had that torn ACL in 23. But I believe in 25, especially if he goes to play for another team, he's going to be extremely motivated to prove that he still got it and that he's not washed. And personally, I don't think that Grady Jarrett is washed. I do believe that he still has that pass rush ability. I do believe he still has the ability to affect the passer and stop the run. And if you put him on a contending team, you're going to get the best out of Grady Jarrett. But even if he comes back to Atlanta, I do still think that he's a difference maker. I just think last year, him coming back from that injury and rehab and things of that nature, he didn't have the full offseason to prepare for last season because he was coming back from that injury and rehabbing and things of that nature. So I definitely think in 25, he's going to be back and better than ever. Hopefully for our Atlanta Falcons, but if it's with another team, shouts out to Grady Jarrett. I appreciate, everything that he's done, all of the memories that he's given us here in Atlanta. But with that being said, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for your boy. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.